Some wonderful memories there and a fantastic piece of sporting history. I would now like to invite Juan's son Javier to please come forward to read of Juan's life in Australia.
I got it here. Thank you. Didn't realise so many of you, but thank you all for coming. Well, thank you, Scott, for the lovely reading and introduction. For those of you who were wondering, we haven't played that song yet, so this is quite incorrect. But anyway, for those of you who will be wondering, the next song is composed by Uruguayan Academy Award winner Jorge Drexler, and the song is called Al Otro Lado del Rio. It's from the movie The Motorcycle Diaries, which was one of John's favourite movies. MP3 copies will be available outside, so just see Leanne. And cash only, please, okay? So once again, thank you all in attendance, and also thank you to all those watching on the internet. So saludo al otro lado del mundo, which means hello to the other side of the world. I'm just wondering how long I can stay still before someone hits the refresh button overseas. So it's just a little trick for them. I'll briefly talk about Juan's life in Australia, as Scott has already done a wonderful job talking about Juan's early life in Uruguay. So please get comfortable, relax, because mine will be a quick 150 minutes. But the reality is that I can't summarise his life of that nearly 82 years in a couple of sentences, because some of his stories alone were way over 2 hours. I know that John would rather have a minute silence than have people talk about him for so long without him having a chance to say something. So let's see how long you can stay quiet on this occasion. Our father was a man of many passions and many interests. He also showed great enthusiasm around the things he enjoyed most. One of those was coaching the under-14 football team, which Fernando played in. The boys showed a lot of respect for Juan because they knew how much he loved the game. But more importantly, he knew how much they cared about him and also how much he cared about their well-being and learning. I could even see some of the boys in the crowd today. So warm up, you're coming on. He did a decent job with the under-14s as they ended up being champions and went the entire season without losing a game, a feat not even Messi or Ronaldo have been able to achieve. He loved to travel, explore new cultures and learn about the world around him. He was an avid reader and his knowledge on geography and history was first rate. On one occasion, I jokingly booked him on a US flight under the title of Professor. So when he got to the gate, the customs agent said, "Oh, so you're a professor. So what do you teach?" Without skipping a beat, John said, "History. Spanish and South American history." And the customs agent was convinced, especially after John gave him a mini lecture on the subject. His travels took him to Italy, Sweden, and back to Argentina and Uruguay, but not to Brazil. He just didn't want anything else to do with Brazil. He had a fondness for all things USA, and he grew up watching the Western movies starring John Wayne. So it was a great highlight for him being able to spend some time in North Carolina and Texas, where he was able to finally purchase his beloved cowboy boots and jacket. He genuinely had an interest in all nationalities, and it would even take take some time to learn some different words and phrases in different languages, just so he could further engage and learn more about different cultures. He learned Italian. He had developed a sound understanding of some Assyrian words, the native tongue of his favourite son-in-law, Ashur. Admittedly, though, he knew mainly all the naughty words, because you would too if Ashley was your teacher, especially driving down a busy traffic-infested Sydney road, which they used to do quite a lot. John was a very talented cook, if cooking only involved making an asado and chorizos. He took us camping to the Grampians, and he would prepare the 2 to 3 hour asado ceremony, which he took a lot of pride in doing. He wanted it to be perfect, So to make sure that the chimichurri was on point, he would let my mum finish that. So he really did love Ramona's cooking the most, and he would say, why go out when you can have a meal like this at home every night? I think he said it first before the castle. I'm not too sure. But the asado was worth the wait because we would sit down and share the meal together. He liked having an asado because it united us as a family. Unfortunately, today, Juan, there's no asado, but there will be one in your honour and very soon. We valued our childhood because he was there for us and he did everything he could to give us a comfortable life. He would always say, I want my children to have what I never received and I want them to have the best possible chances in life. He would actually say it in Spanish, not in English. So he'd made sure we never went without, so thank you for always doing the best for us. Ramona and Juan then welcomed their grandchildren, Chanel, Mara, Lana and Karina, who rekindles his outlook on life. Just when people are supposed to slow down in older age, John was approaching retirement from the wrong side because he found a new sense of enthusiasm and energy thanks to his grandchildren. He never lost his wonderful sense of humour and loved them very much, and he was very proud of his grandchildren. Throughout his life, he was a shining example of kindness and generosity, and his grandchildren were able to share in this as well. He was always there to lend a helping hand and to offer words of wisdom, and his charisma was also felt by many people from different sides of the family, particularly Ash's side and the new recent additions, Matt and Nick's side as well. His unwavering love and devotion to his family knew no bounds, and we will forever cherish the memories we shared with him. He is truly missed, but his life on earth has come to a peaceful end, and we are grateful for the time we have shared with our father. So we will keep him alive in our hearts, and our relationship with him will continue forever. So thank you, Juan. Thank you for all you have sacrificed, shared, and given us. We truly appreciate it. So gracias por todo.
Thank you very much, Javier, sharing those wonderful memories.